Hello, good afternoon. I'm going to walk you through how to use Desmos to create a teacher lesson and some online activities. Carl showed me this last week. I thought it was just for math. Turns out you can use it in any subject. Several of you have asked me how we can do some form of manipulatives online without smart software. So there are two things in Zoom I'm going to show you that allow you to drag and drop and create an ordered list that could sort of replicate that without the smart software. So you should be looking at my screen. The first thing you'll have to do is go to teacher.desmos.com, create an account. It is free right now. We've signed all the licensing agreements and everything with them, so kids can use it. It's already approved. So the first place I went was collections, and I created classes. So I would hit new collection, and I might do second period civics and economics. And then I can create that new collection here. I can also go to custom, and in custom is where I can create different activities. So I would go to new activity and create my new activity here. But we're going to play around in this one that I've already created called test. So we're going to edit this activity. So you can do short answers, you can do different questions with images, you can do multiple choice, you can do a card sort, you can do a timeline event, all sorts of options here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our new screen. You're going to click that blue button down here. You can add media, which would allow you to upload a file. They do have to be a PNG. So if I was going to upload this picture, I could open it. And then I could add, over here, I could add a note, which gave kids the opportunity to see what I was thinking. So I could say, analyze this image. I could ask for student input down here. So I might say, analyze this image and answer questions below. And then I could list my questions here. If I didn't want to do input, I could ask them multiple choice questions down here. So I could ask the question here and give them their options here. If I didn't want to do that, I could do the ordered list with them as well. But we're just going to add the option for student input there. If I wanted to do a multiple choice question, I could go here to choice. I could add a note, and I could say, when was the Boston Massacre? Question mark. And then I could come down here and I could say 1770, 1771, 1772, 1773. I could do a multi-select here. I could ask students to explain their answers. I could show students their classroom responses if they're explaining their answer. I could insert a picture to this too, or sketch. These are usually made mostly for math, but you could manipulate them to work for you. I can do a card sort where I ask them to move cards. So again, create a new slide. I would go to more, card sort, and then I could do math or text. So I could say bias, insert more, propaganda, and then I could say something used to sway public opinion. I could add media as well. So I'd uploaded a picture at one point in time to this, and I'll show you that. And then the kids would drag and drop this. I can create a timeline where I ask them to put these events in order from earliest to latest. Again, that's under more. So I would go to ordered list, and then I could put that in here, earliest, latest. I could add the note where I could say order these events from earliest to latest, and then I could add the items in here. So I could say signing of the Constitution. I skipped a space on accident. I spelled Constitution wrong. Battle of Yorktown, so on and so forth. And they would have that option. I could do something where I uploaded an image and I gave them questions. I can upload a document and give them notes over here. So I could say answer the following questions based on your reading, and I could list the questions, and students would have access to all of that. Once I'm done with that, I can go through and I can do next. I can get a link where I can share. I hit done. It's taking a little bit right now because I think everybody's on the internet. And I could create a class code here. And then when I go to click the view dashboard, and I'm going to show you this one, but when I go to view dashboard, it pops this up. So students, if they went to student.desmos.com, it would log them in with this, or you can just grab this, copy and paste it, put it in Google Classroom or put it in Canvas, and when the kids click on it, it'll link them right to it. But then this is what your dashboard would look like. So I see a summary of every kid that's answered in my class, what question it was, how they did it. The dots here let me know that they were in there and they've answered it. I can go to my teacher dashboard, and now I can see everybody's answers stacked on top of each other for each one of them. So for the multiple choice, I can see right away all 3 of my students got it right. I can see their card sorts. I can go to an overview and see how people line those up. I can look specifically at their responses. I didn't give them enough direction on how to do this at the time. So that's why hers looks like that, where mine looks like this, but I can see that they put them together there, and that's correct. I can look at the timeline and see how they did that. I can do an overlay of the timeline to see, okay, we all know when Lexington and Concord was, but there were some questions about the Boston Massacre, things like that. I can look at the answers then for the engraving, where I ask them, what do you see in this image? What evidence does it provide about what happened at the Boston Massacre? I can also take a snapshot. So I might go back to the short answer, and I really like Jamie's answer here about the blame probably being shared. So I capture that. I go to snapshots. You can see I'd already moved it over here, and I wrote a question. So I could bring that over and I could say, you know, what do you think about this? Why can't I type? And then I can also present it. So if you were working with your kids in real time, they could see this, and then they could answer questions, and they would see other student responses there to that. The best way really to learn this is to get in there and play around with it. Like I said, it's a great tool. It's free right now, but it gives you an opportunity to create some lessons and some different activities all in one place. Whereas in Canvas, I think sometimes we're bouncing around because we'll do an assignment here and a discussion here. So you can embed all. Hi, I realized my video cut out, and rather than make a whole new one, I'm just going to tack this on at the end. I'm learning all sorts of new tricks right now. One of the things that I will tell you is if you upload documents to Desmos, you need to upload them as an image. So the document that I have here for Preston that I would want to upload as a PDF. So I'd open it, I'd go to File, Save As. I would save it there, and then where it says Format, JPEG would work too, but I would save it as a PNG. And then I'd be able to upload it to my computer. Like I was saying, the best thing to do is get in, just play with it. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer them for you. Thank you guys for everything you're doing to make this new normal so accessible for our students. Let me know if you have any questions about it, and I'll be happy to answer them and help you and walk you through this. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.